morning students, welcome back to your video lecture. So in our previous video we have started our English language, okay, and we have studied about sentences and the types of sentences and also have done the exercise related to those topics, right? So today in this video we are basically going to start our new topic, that is subject and predicate, okay, and we are going to talk about what are subjects, what are predicates, and why they both are necessary to make a sentence. Okay, so now let's start our video first. So students, so the topic is subject and predicates, okay. So what is subject and predicate? So in our previous video I have talked about that for a complete sentence, a sentence should have two things. What were those? One is subject and the other one was predicate, okay. So now we know that what is subject and predicate. These are the two important parts to make a sentence complete, okay. So every complete sentence contain two parts, right? One is subject and the other one is predicate. Subject is, what is subject? Subject is basically the name or about the thing that we are talking about, and predicates are the verb containing or telling us about the action that the subject is doing, okay. So let's first understand this with an example, okay. If the sentence is Ashok is an intelligent boy, so look at this sentence. In this sentence we are talking about whom? We are talking about Ashok, right? This is the subject, okay. Subject is what? Subject is someone in a sentence sentence about whom we are talking about, okay. So Ashok is the subject in this sentence, and what are we talking about him? That is an intelligent boy, right? After reading this sentence, what is the idea that you're getting? That the idea is that Ashok is an intelligent boy. The name of a boy is Ashok, and what is he? He is an intelligent boy, okay. So the subject is in a sentence, subject is that thing that about whom we are talking to. So we can say that what is subject? Subject is the first part of the sentence, okay. It's the first part of the sentence that tells us about the person or the thing about which the sentence is, okay. In a sentence it tells us about the person or a thing about whom we are talking, okay. And the rest of the part is predicate. And what is predicate? Predicate is the second part of the sentence that talks about the subject, okay. That talks about the subject. So in this sentence, subject is what? Ashok. Ashok is a subject, and in the rest, that intelligent boy, it's giving us, the rest part of the sentence is giving us an information about Ashok, okay. It's giving us what? It is giving us the information, or you can say it is basically talking about the subject. So what is a subject and a predicate? Or you can see that in a sentence we are speaking about whom? We are speaking about Ashok, and what we say about him, that he is an intelligent boy. In this sentence we are talking about whom? We are talking about Ashok, right? And what are we saying about him? That he is an intelligent boy. So what is subject and a predicate? So the name of the person or thing we speak is called subject, okay. The name or the person, the name of the person or thing we speak about is called subject, okay. Understood? And what we say about the subject is our predicate, okay. These are the two parts of a sentence. Understood? Now let's moving forward. As we all know that a subject and a predicate may each consist of a singular word or many word. What it means? It means that a subject or the predicate contain more than singular word or more words. Okay, it can contain more words. For example, as you can see, this is the table given below. Okay, so in this first part I have written the subject here and the predicate here, and these together forms a sentence, that is aeroplane zoom. This is a sentence. Understood? So in this first one you can see that only one subject is there and only one predicate is there, but in the second part of the sentence you can see that the sentence is the black dog bite the poor beggar. Okay, so you can see that in this sentence we are talking about whom? That black dog, right? So this is forming the subject of the sentence, and the rest of the part is the predicate. It is telling us about that what, that the black dog, what he did, he bite the poor beggar. Similarly, in the third one you can see that the sentence is the poor little girl sat in a corner. This is the whole sentence, and in this sentence what we are talking about? We are talking about a poor little girl, right? We are talking about a poor little girl, and what she is doing? She is basically sitting in a corner. Understood? So as I have already stated here, that a subject and a predicate may each consist of singular word, that is singular means single words, or many more. So in the rest of the sentences you can see that the subject has more than one word, and also the predicate also has more than one word, right? Similarly, the fourth sentence, that is, what is the fourth sentence? It is the boy of our school made Raman captain. So in this sentence we are talking about whom? We are talking about the boys of our school, and what they did, they made Raman their captain. Okay, similarly, the last sentence we are talking about mountain add the beauty of a country. Okay, we are talking about mountain, and what are mountains doing, or what are the action that or outcome that the mountains are giving, that is adding to the beauty of the country. Okay, understood everyone? Now let's move on to the next section. So sometimes in a sentence expressing order or request, the subject is left out. What it means? It means that there are some times when in a sentence there the subject is missing out. Like for example, if I say sit down, so you can see, notice here that in this part only the action is being stated, right? Here not the subject is not mentioned, and we all know that if I am saying that sit down, what it means? It means that you sit down, right? So there are sentences where the subject is missing. Okay, and for example, one another example, let's see it, that is thank you. What it means? It means I thank you, right? When we say to someone that thank you, okay, what it means? It means that I am thanking him, so I thank you. Who is the subject here? I. Understood everyone? Now let's do that, how to identify a subject in a sentence. Okay, in this section we are going to see that how we are going to identify a subject in our sentence. So suppose a sentence is Sita sings well. Okay, this is our sentence. So to identify the subject in this sentence, what we are going to do, what we basically do, to determine the subject of a sentence, first isolate the verb and then make a question by placing who or what. So first what we are going to do, we are going to isolate the verb. Isolate means we are going to separate the verb. So in this sentence, the sentence is Sita sings well. So in this sentence, what is verb? Verbs are what? Doing actions. Okay, those things that are giving us information about the action or the object. Okay, so here the action, what is the action? The action is singing, right? Here Singing is the action. So now we have done the first step, that is to isolate the verb. Now what we have to do, after isolating the verb, we are going to do what? We are going to make a question. By what is the question? Who or what? Means the action, by whom it is done, or who, what the action is about. Okay, so here the action is sings, right? In this sentence the action is sings. So who is singing? Who is singing in this sentence? Yes, Sita is singing. Very good. Okay, now we have done our two steps. First one was that first we have to isolate or identify the verb in the sentence. Okay, and after identifying, we have to check that about whom or what the action is related to. Okay, who is doing the action or what is the action. So we have seen that singing, sings is the verb, and who is singing? Sita is singing. So we have done these two things. Now we have got our subject. So in this sentence, what is our subject? The subject is Sita. What is our subject? Sita is our subject. How? We are talking about whom? We are talking about Sita. So what is subject? Subjects are basically that part of sentence which tells us about the person or the thing. Okay, so in this sentence we were talking about Sita. Let's look at another example. Okay, here the sentence is Judy and her dog run on the beach every morning. Okay, so what are the steps that we have to follow to identify the subject? We have to do first what? Verb, separate the verb. So here what is the verb? Run is the verb, right? Judy and his dog is running. Okay, so after identifying the verb, we have to ask the question. That question is who or what. Okay, so who is running? Judy and his and her dog. So what is the subject in this sentence? Yes, very good. Judy and her dog is the subject. Yes, Judy and her dog. Yes, and what was the verb here? Yes, run is our verb, right? And as we know that sentence is formed by two parts. First one is subject and the other one is predicate. So after we have identified the subject, the rest of the sentence, this is our predicate. Okay, this is our predicate. Understood, everyone? So now moving forward, let's do some questions related to this topic. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to divide this in the subject and a predicate. Okay, so let's first do the first one. So in this, what is the subject? We have to identify that what about whom we are talking. Okay, so the first one is, sweet are the uses of adversity. So we are talking about what? Sweet, right? So what is our subject? Sweet. Okay, and the rest is our predicate. Yes. Now the second is, barking dogs seldom bite. What it means that? Yes, it means that, क्या बोलते हैं हम हिंदी में? we say ना, yes, that जो लोग भौंकते हैं, that don't bite, right? It is a kind of phrase. Okay, so in this, what is the subject? The subject is, yes, the subject is barking dog. Okay, now the third one is, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. So in this sentence we are talking about what? We are talking about a thing of beauty. Yes, very good. Fourth one, some mischief boys were throwing stones at the birds. In this sentence we are talking about whom? Some mischief boys. Yes, correct. Now the fifth one. Okay, the fifth one is, the shepherd hears a barking sound. So in this sentence we are talking about what? We are talking about, yes, we are talking about shepherd. In this, what is verb? Verb is hears, right? And this one is our what? Subject. So the rest of the sentences are predicates. Okay. Now the sixth one. The Himalayas are the highest mountain in the world. So what? Yes. What is the subject? Himalayas. Very good. Now moving on to the next part. In this, what we have to do, we have to identify the bold letter word, that is it a predicate or is it a subject or a verb. Okay, we have to identify that. So the first one is the dog shivered. In this we are talking about what? A dog, and he is doing what? He is shivering, right? So as we are talking about in this sentence, the dog is shivered. So the highlighted one is what? This is a verb. Why it is a verb? Because this is the action. Yes, very good. Now the second one, an owl shrinked. So yes, shrinked is the verb, but we have to answer what? We have to answer the bold letter one. So an owl is what? Owl is our subject. Yes. The moon disappeared behind the clouds. So what is the action done in this sentence? The action is of disappearing. So, and the highlighted word is also disappearing. So what is disappeared? Disappeared is a action word. So it is a verb. Now the fourth one is we waited. In this sentence we are talking about, the sentence is talking about what? We waited. Who waited? We. We is a subject. Yes, it is a subject. Now the next one is nobody said a word. What is subject in this? Nobody. Yes. And said is the action that is being done. So it is a verb. Yes. For a moment nobody ever breathed. Okay. Breathed. So in this sentence what we are talking about? We are talking about nobody. So what is this? Yes, it is a subject. Why? Because we are talking about nobody in this sentence, right? Nobody is that. What is the meaning of this sentence? Meaning of this sentence is that for a moment nobody at that place breathed. Okay, so in this sentence what is the subject? What is the main focus? About whom we are talking? We are talking about nobody, like not a single person in that room or at that particular area, wherever it is. Okay, so moving on to the next one. A light rain fell on our head. So the highlighted word is fell, and it is an yes, it is an action word, that is our verb. Now the second one, the leaves trembled. We are talking about whom? We are talking about the leaves. What is the action being done here? That is trembled. So it is an action word, so it is a verb. Now the other one is our heart beated faster. So in this sentence we are talking about our hearts, right? And what is the action done by heart? That is beating. That is, so the answer here, what is this highlighted word? That is verb. Yes. Then the black sky opened up. So we are talking about what? We are talking about then the black sky opened up, right? Sky is what? Is it a subject or a verb? Is it a subject or a verb? First of all, identify what is the action being done here. That is opening up, right? Opened up. So the answer is what? Sky is what? Sky is a subject. We are talking about sky. That sky, what happened? Sky is opened up. So it is a subject. The furious flame lit up the night. Flames lit up the night. What it is? Yes, it is also a subject. Now these are the answer of the questions that I have discussed in my slide. Okay, So thank you students, this is all for your video, and I hope you have understood the topic clearly and you are obviously doing your work properly in your worksheets. So please submit your work on time so that I can check, and your attendance will mark only after after your submission of work. So kindly on time do your work and submit it on time. Okay, thank you so much.